This is my baby right here, my 2014 Volkswagen Jetta GLI. This is pre-facelift. It's the DSG transmission, dual clutch, turbocharged engine. Very sporty, very fun car to drive. I immediately fell in love with the GLIs as soon as I drove one off the lot back in 2015. So I got a 2013 at the time. Didn't have kind of all the upgrades that this one did. So eventually, just kind of looking out for one on the market, I got this one just last year in Sacramento and drove it out all the way here to Texas. So it was a great car to drive. It's been an amazing car to have, you know, these past few years, just owning these GLIs. I honestly wouldn't want anything else. It's, you know, built similar to like an Audi A3. So those of you who own one knows that it drives so beautifully. And it's very sporty and quick and has a lot of potential to really increase the speed and performance, but also to just look stunning and really make it my own. All right, so here's the GLI. I was looking out for one for a few years and was saving up for it and flew out to Sacramento, picked it up and drove it down to San Diego, Colorado, then back here to Texas. So it was a great, you know, fun car to road trip on. I'll show some pictures on the side as I'm kind of giving this walkthrough, but as you can see, this is black. It's got like a blue kind of metallic flake in the paint when the sun hits it. I went ahead and put in some 10mm Spollen wheel spacers in the front and 15mm wheel spacers in the back to just get the wheels to sit flush with the car. So I love the look of it and the drivability. I mean, it actually really didn't change much. I didn't really notice a huge difference in handling. It's a little bit more aggressive. And also went ahead and added these Rally Armor mud flaps all around the car. And honestly, they look really nice on the GLI. I also added the bumper guard right there. Kind of gives it a little bit more rugged look. This one already came with the spoiler when I got it, which was nice. One thing I also added as soon as I got it was the OEM roof rack. I like the look of the OEM much better than an aftermarket brand like Thule. However, I do love Thule's air fairing, which I put on the roof rack, and it also just reduces the wind noise dramatically. Like, you can't even hear it, the wind noise anymore when you keep the sunroof closed. So it really quieted the interior as well, which is really nice. Thule though, their new air fairings, they don't make mounts that are universal. They make them only to fit their roof racks. So to get it to mount without actually doing any fabrication on the roof rack to damage it without cutting it. I've seen people online cut the roof rack in order to fit these new air fairings, but I didn't want to do that. So I went ahead and Home Depot picked up some hose clamps right here and found a rubber lining that it fit into and measured it out, cut the rubber lining, and then tightened the clamp into the rubber lining. So it gets it to look really clean on the roof, and you can't even notice that, you know, there's hose clamps there, and it's not, you know, permanent, which I really liked. All right, so here's the interior. It's pretty stock at the moment. I mean, the entire vehicle is pretty stock, with exception to the motor. I added a K&N air filter. It does have the honeycomb mats, the decut steering wheel, push start, and, you know, as I said, just pretty stock. I think that, you know, the kind of matte silver here doesn't really complement the car as much as it can, and it's got these grooves. So I'm going to take these out, fill in the grooves with some plastic filler, and then sand it down and wrap it with carbon fiber and see how that looks. I'm still debating if I want to do the steering wheel wrap. Well, first thing, I'm going to put on a rear diffuser on the vehicle. I found a really awesome diffuser made by Drag Cutters. They're a new company based in New Hampshire, I believe, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the vehicle once it gets in. I definitely want to get a front air splitter for it. As far as performance goes, I want to get an ECU by APR Performance, an exhaust, absolutely an exhaust. Yeah, so just a couple more quick notes on the car. It shares the same platform as the second generation Audi A3, this Mark 6 GLI. It's the Volkswagen's PQ35 platform, which is also the same one that they use for the Golf and some of their other European models. It currently sits at 210 horsepower. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, turbocharged with the DSG dual clutch transmission. So eventually, my goal is to improve the shifting in this vehicle, increase the performance, get it to at least 300 horsepower, maybe even up to 330. So it's got a lot of work to get there, but I'm super stoked to see what it can do down the line. All right, I hope you loved the walkthrough. I'm super excited to get started on this car and really focus on the modifications and performance and really just making it my own. So if you would like this video and you're excited for the build, like, subscribe, and enjoy the ride.